Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. Now this will be 100% the final episode of this Southampton career. We are 5 years in the future. We are at the start of the 26-27 season, and we're just going to go through some of the things that have happened to Southampton. Obviously this is the last season that we were in control of. Second place finish, obviously very, very impressive, especially for me because I'm awful. 8 points behind Manchester United. In the last 5 years of the game, I was replaced, obviously, I resigned. I was replaced by Vincenzo Montella, and he is still in charge of Southampton, and we're going to go through each of the seasons, and I'll show you why. That's probably a very good start. The 21-22 season, Southampton winning the Premier League. 27 wins, 7 draws, 4 defeats. Who did we lose to? Leicester, Everton, Chelsea and Tottenham. So we beat Manchester United? I think we did, I think we actually beat Manchester United. We drew with them, and I think we beat them. So, obviously, first season, we won the league. Which, if I stayed, I reckon if I stayed one more year, that could have been me. That could have been me lifting that title, but instead, Vincenzo Montella does it. 2022-23 season, still Champions League qualification, but we've dropped down to 4th place, and Chelsea become champions. 77 points, 23 wins, 8 draws, 7 defeats. A lot of goals. I didn't see how many goals we scored last time. 77. It's nowhere near the 88 that we scored the season before. And we got 79 that year, conceded only 36. It's not a bad season on paper. It's still Champions League football. 23-24 season, back up there in second place once again. 26 wins, 8 draws, 4 defeats, 74 goals, only 24 conceded. Best defence in the league, 86 points, only 4 points off the top. The 2024-2025 season, once again, second place. We're basically, we're kind of like the Arsenal of second place. 81 points we finished it on, 3 points behind Manchester United, 24 wins, 9 draws, 5 defeats, 68 goals, and once again, the best defence in the league. This time we've only conceded 32 goals. And the last season of the 5-year holiday, we finished 5th. I say we as if I did it. I didn't do it. It was Vincenzo Montella. 71 points. Obviously only Europa League football. 20 wins, 11 draws. That's where you fell down there, Vincenzo. And 7 defeats, 74 goals. You conceded 43. What happened there? So obviously the biggest season was the one just after the one we played. Winning the Premier League. Let's see whether we actually managed to win any other trophies as well. So in the trophy cabinet, we've got our Champions League trophy. We've got the Premier League trophy that Vincenzo Montella won. The FIFA Club World Cup, we won that. When? 2021. That was clearly the year after, because we won the Champions League, I guess. We won the Club World Cup, that's quite good. Europa League, which again, I won. UEFA Super Cup, which I won. Another FA Cup, finally. It only took 50 years, but Southampton have won the FA Cup for a second time. Another EFL Cup as well 2 years later. Obviously, League One and Community Shield we won in 2022. Nice. Checker Trade Trophy. The under-23s managed to pick that trophy up as well in the 2022 season. All in all, since we've left, we haven't dropped off. I was going to say we've improved. I wouldn't say we've improved. We won the league, but we were close to doing that anyway. Now then, the squad. I'm going to go through some of the players that we purchased. This is the current team in 2026, 5 years in the future. And you can already see on there, Vincenzo Bogart, Freddie Serna, German Storico, Craig Bracamontes, all of those players, they're still there. They're actually still there. So I'm going to go through some of these players, also some of the players who've left, and just see how they got on, basically. Let's start with the goalkeepers then. So, 3 goalkeepers in the Southampton team that we purchased. Coadio Kone, oh my word. 81 caps he now has for the Ivory Coast. He's worth £33 million, 226 appearances. I'm not going to go in this much detail for every player. He looks very good. If you want to look in more detail, just pause it. Arnaldo Guevara as well, 1 cap for Portugal. He's good. I think he's potentially replaced Kone as the number 1 goalkeeper now. Atanas Spasov is still there. Now, I did have a quick look at him before we did this video, and basically, he's just been sat in the reserves, in the under-23s, and I think that's not helped him at all. He's not improved. He's still good, but he's just not got better. So, the defenders we've got, Serna, Storico, Bracamontes, Jefferson Douglas, Amit Yücel, Adrian Rabiot is now considered a centre-back, Matteo Bianchi, as well. There's some players there that we know. Freddie Serna. He is 25 years old, 56 caps, 1 goal for Colombia. £54 million worth of centre-back. He's very good. He's very, very good. I still don't think he's as good as Bracamontes or what Bracamontes was. Bracamontes may well be better. I don't know. Freddie Serna, though, 207 games for Southampton. Only 7 goals. But he's a very good player. German Storico, 28 years old now, 74 caps, 3 goals for Argentina. Much like Freddie Serna, he's very good. He's worth £49 million. He's getting paid £165,000 a week. 188 appearances, 10 goals. He's very good. Craig Bracamontes, probably my favourite player, 29 years of age now, 94 caps, 2 goals for the USA. He's worth £38.5 million. He's still getting paid his £200,000 a week. I gave him that contract 5 years ago. Interestingly, he has actually reverted to being a right back. I noticed this earlier. Basically, they seem to play Serna and Storico as centre-backs, and Bracamontes now plays as the right back for the majority of the season. Jefferson Douglas is now 26, 8 caps, 2 goals for Brazil, which isn't a lot. He's worth £30 million still, which is what we paid for him. He's good. I mean, he's a good player, but he was probably about that good when we left him. Ahmet Yücel, a player that came through our youth team. He's played 11 games. I think he's only just broken into the first team this year. 11 games for the first team then. 1 cap for Turkey. He's only 22, £19 million. He's good, and he's 22. He's got a lot more space and a lot more time to grow. Mattia Bianchini, much like Atanas Spasov, he was never given the chance. Only 36 games in the last, what's that? That's not even 5. That's 8 years. 36 games in 8 years for Southampton. He's spent some time out on loan at Wolfsburg, at Roma. He's an alright player, but he was just never given the chance. I think I probably wasted money on him. Midfielders then, there's a lot here as well that I recognise at the very least. Quijano, Freeman, Umut Dözel, Adrian Rabiot, Filip Kravinovic is still there. He's gone out on loan. Facundo Illa is also there. Interestingly, Eric Dyer has signed for Southampton as well. First up then, Cesar Quijano, who he looks ridiculous. He looks absolutely filthy. Cesar Quijano, 25 years old, 47 caps, 5 goals for Peru. Only 86 games for Southampton, 6 goals. It's not the best turnaround, but he's 25. He's got a few years left in him yet, and he's very, very good. Simon Freeman, who I think, because when we left, they reverted to playing wingers, I think Simon Freeman suddenly started getting a lot more chances. He's got 10 caps for England, 4 goals as well. Only 23 years old, worth £35 million. Very good. I was never going to use him, particularly as a winger anyway. He was the one who made his debut in the Champions League, wasn't he? Umut Dözel, 25 years of age now, 22 caps, 1 goal. He's got a few games under his belt now, 74 in total. He's getting good. I like him. He's got a lot of time to grow. He's still only on a rotation contract as well. So, yeah, he's good. He was alright. He was an alright signing. Obviously, he is real. Adrien Rabiot, now 31 years old, 46 caps for France, 4 goals as well. Still a very, very good player. He's on £230,000 a week. That's insane money. As you can see, he's very good. He's still very good. At 31, he's probably got a couple years left in him as well. Oh, Filip Kravinovic. 200 games in total, 44 goals. He's now 30 years old, 69 caps, 7 goals for Croatia. Out on loan at Valencia. Looks like he spent some time out on loan at Lyon as well for an entire season. He's still good, but then again, he was never well beating. He was never one of those players. He just played well every single game. In all honesty, he is the player that helped us become the team that we were at the end of the save. Once he started hitting his stride in the last 2 seasons, that is where our creative, like all of our assists seemed to come from him. A lot of our goals came from him as well. I was going to say the unsung hero, but he was definitely the sung hero. And finally, Facundo Illa, 26-year-old Argentine, doesn't have any caps for Argentina, interestingly, and he's been in England long enough now that he can probably play for England if he wanted to. Still very good, probably not as good as some of the other players. He's probably not even as good as Kravinovic. 4 strikers as well to show you then. Scott Whitehead, 24 years old, 21 caps, 2 goals for England. He's only scored 19 goals, which for a striker, that's not a very good turnaround, but he's good. He's a good striker. He's English. He's worth a lot of money. He should probably not be playing for Southampton. He should probably be playing for like a mid-table side. He's still here. Bad boy Grant Corbett, 25 years old now. 3 caps for England, no goals. 28 goals for Southampton in 67 games, and I'm pretty sure they all came in one season. Yeah, not far off. Interestingly, he went out on loan to Sampdoria for a year and got 17 goals there. That's sure, okay. Corbett, technically, looking at these stats here, is pretty atrocious. However, as a finisher, he is spot on. First touch 16, finishing 15, off the ball. All the right stats are good. He's not very good at marking. Who cares? He's a striker. He's not very good at passing. Who cares? He's a striker. Ellis Rasulo, a player that I wanted to play, but he was just too young at the time. He wasn't good enough to really break into the team. Now at the age of 23, 13 caps for England and 11 goals as well. That's pretty much a goal a game right there. He is a very, very good player, and I think he's probably partnering this guy up front. Vincenzo Bogart, now 24, 54 goals in 88 games for Belgium, £64 million worth of striker. And oh my word, he's improved. He's not improved as much as I thought he could. I was expecting this shape, like this here, to be like touching the edges on most of these. He's wonderful. He's such a, I mean, the media description, world-class striker. Yeah, you're damn right. So that is the players who are still with the club. There are obviously quite a lot of players who we've signed and who have moved on, and I'm going to show you some of them now, because some of them, I've had a look, and some of them have moved on to some pretty big clubs, and one of them is ridiculous. First up then is Ali Tape, 26 years old now at Tottenham Hotspur, 42 goals? 42 games, 1 goal for the Ivory Coast. 50 games he's played for Tottenham, 107 for Southampton. 1 solitary goal. It was a worldie. Need to keep saying that because it was completely unexpected. I know he's real, and I'm disappointed that he's not got very good. Frank Dogboll, now 26 years old, 6 caps for the Ivory Coast, no goals. He's picked up 5 caps since the start of the game, but he's not very good. He's at CSK Sofia now. He's playing a lot of games there. So there's still a chance, Frank. There's still a chance. Tom Ellis is a player that I signed from Hearts, I believe. Yes, it was Hearts. For quite a lot of money at the time. He's a winger. I was trying to repurpose him as a striker. Didn't really happen, did it? 25 years of age now. Scottish international with 7 caps. Currently plays for Huddersfield. I guess probably not as a striker. Probably more as a winger. I'm doing these in the order of signing them. So Thomas Doherty is up next. He's one of the players who I had very, very high hopes for. And by the looks of it, Manchester City also have very, very high hopes for him. They've signed him, I think it looks like... Oh no, they signed him in 2023. And he's only played 24 games for them. Manchester City, what have you done to him? 25 years of age now, 64 caps, 4 goals for Northern Ireland. Worth £11 million on £110,000 a week. He needs to be getting games. Man City, what are you doing to the kid? Bekamina Magubane, a player who had a lot of potential. Currently without a club, he has 4 goals in 12 games for South Africa. He's only 25. He's still good. Who wants him? A lot of people, Metz, PAOK, Panathinaikos, Groningen, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Chievo, Granada, Troyes, Augsburg, Vorskla. He's going to get another club. After Southampton, it looked like he went off to Panionios in Greece or Cyprus. He's good, but he needs to be playing at a higher level. Thebang Ngwenya, 25 years old, 14 caps for South Africa, no goals. He's currently playing for Derby, although it looks like he might be signing for Hull soon. Didn't get the chance. He's not the worst, he's not the best. Simple summary, really. Ivan Mathabula, a player who I actually loaned out to Seattle a couple of times, and now he's signed for them. He's alright, he's 25, 12 caps for South Africa, no goals. Just not good enough for the Premier League, I guess. The 2018-2019 season seemed to be the season where I bought a lot of these youth players. I'm only down here at Alexander Arias. Now 25 years old, 3 caps for Colombia, central defender slash defensive midfielder. He's played for Real San Sebastian, who I can't remember, is that Real Sociedad? And now at Almeria. He is wanted by Leicester, so he could be making his return to English football very shortly. Denis Saric plays for Adelaide United now, no caps for Croatia, 26 years old. He's been at Adelaide for a long time. He's not very good. Lassine Diarra, 26 years old, 50 caps for Mali, currently playing for Red Bull Salzburg in Austria. He's, again, not very good. He is wanted by Hull, so he might be coming back to England. Sanel Kremek, 3 caps, 1 goal for Bosnia, 25 years old, currently playing for Excelsior in the Eredivisie. Yes, they play in the Eredivisie. Yeah, he's not very good. He played for Melbourne Victory for 3 years, scored 23 goals in 68 games. Missed opportunity, maybe? Park Jong-in, bought partially because him being South Korean means you get a bit of extra money, but also because he had some potential. He's gone back to Korea. He's now playing for Anyang, where he's actually scoring a goal every other game, which is quite good. Hugo Ramirez, 25-year-old Colombian centre-back, no caps, currently playing for New York City in America, getting a lot of games, but it's the MLS. I'm sorry, people, if you watch the MLS, you're not that great. Diego Salazar, currently playing for Miami. He is awful. There's no two ways of describing it. Diego Salazar is awful. Sylvester Trojanowski, or Trojan Horse as we knew him, 25 years old now, 16 caps for Poland, currently playing for Valladolid. Went back to Poland for a few years, now signed for Valladolid. He's not very good. Zlezko Barbaric, or the Barbarian as we know him, currently playing for Reading, 3 caps for Croatia, 25 years old as well. Most players from this bit are 25. He's alright. Who wants him? Brentford. He might be playing for Brentford soon. A player that you never really saw, Ryan McLeod, plays for Dundee. He's nothing special. Adama Diallo, French goalkeeper with 8 caps, currently playing for Birmingham. He's actually very good. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's currently also wanted by Red Bull Leipzig and Benfica, so I suspect he's probably moving on from Birmingham soon. 26 years old, he's probably not hit his peak yet, but that's a very good goalkeeper. We're on to the next season's worth of transfers, and the first one is Gerard Touré, who is currently at Hanover, 44 games, 17 goals for the Ivory Coast. He looks good. He looks real good. He doesn't look like he's been playing up front for them, however, as he's only scored 7 goals in 63 games. Someone's trying to buy him. CSKA Moscow for £11.5 million, or Borussia Mönchengladbach for £9.25 million. So, we might see him moving on to another club very soon. Sifiso Sibeko, player that I sold to Leicester halfway through the save, wasn't very good, still not very good. Diego Castro, who appears to be a West Ham player, but on loan to Montpellier, 24-year-old Colombian winger. I bought him as a winger with the intention of making him a left-back. Didn't work out. Martin Maric, Croatian striker, 3 caps, no goals, currently playing for Rijeka, who I think are Croatian. Looks like a decent player. Probably needs to not be playing in the Croatian league if he's going to get any better. The younger Greeker, Filip Krovinovic, Zach Papustis, currently playing for Derby County, 20 caps, 1 goal for Greece. He's played a lot of his career at Derby, 28 goals in 123 games, just been relegated from the Premier League a year ago, I think. You know when I mentioned one of them looked really good? It's Thibaut de Bruyne, 24 years old now, Belgian international with 36 caps, 18 goals. He is currently at Barcelona, and oh my word, does he look impressive. 18 finishing, 18 first touch, 18 off the ball. There's a lot of 18s and 17s and 16s in there. He is an outstanding footballer. 95 goals in 149 games for Barcelona. That's very impressive. And only cost them £38.5 million. Literally 1 year after I signed him for 18k. Fabrice Koulibaly, 24-year-old Ivorian advanced midfielder, 16. It's not a 90. It's 16 caps, 1 goal. He's worth £15 million. He's actually quite good. He's got wonderful technique. In fact, you can't get better technique than Fabrice Koulibaly. Plays for Vigo in Spain. Looked like he got an entire year playing some games, which has probably bumped up his value. Francisco Diniz, 26-year-old Angolan, 42 caps, no goals. Now, this is a player who I had high hopes for, and I don't think he's really given the chance. He's worth £22 million, so he is still very good. But for someone who plays as a defensive midfielder, who's 5'10", his aerial ability is questionable. His defensive ability is good, but I would like it to be better. He is wanted by someone. PSG want to sign him. Well, that could change his career around massively. Currently playing for Napoli in Serie A, which, interestingly, that's going to be the beta save team. Thanks, Francisco Diniz, for the lovely segue. Andreas, 23 years old, 12 caps for Greece, no goals. Centre-back, playing for West Brom in maybe the Premier League, might be the Championship, don't know. He's all right. He's only 23. We're getting into the realms of these players haven't really developed yet. So, yeah, give him more time. Didier Julio, currently playing for New York Red Bulls in the MLS. Only just signed for them by the looks of it. He's 26. He's probably not going to get much better than what he's at the moment. So I was hoping maybe FIFA World 11 of the year. Obviously, the year that we were in charge for the last season, Bogart and Rabiot managed to get into that team of the year. But then no one else got in there. Oh no, Bogart got in there on the subs bench the year they won the league. And again, along with Philippe Coutinho. Bogart once again on there. Bogart gets in there. Oh, Freddie Serna joined the list of players, or Southampton players. And Vincenzo Bogart once again. So they're getting some points. Past winners of the World Cup. Then Brazil win with Portugal coming second, third place with Switzerland. Then Belgium and Switzerland as the runners-up with Chile in third place. So looking at this team for Belgium, they play one striker of Vincenzo Bogart. So Thibaut de Bruyne is sat on the bench, which is a bit unfair considering he's very good. I mean, so Bogart. Bogart is also very good, but so is Thibaut de Bruyne. So let's just compare me quickly with Vincenzo Montella. In theory, he's won more cups than I have because he's won a league. However, I won 4 cups and one of them was the Champions League. Vincenzo Montella won the Premier League and the FIFA Club World Cup. No one cares about the FIFA Club World Cup. He's actually been there a bit longer than I have as well. Fair play, Vincenzo. Fair play. And that is probably going to do it then for this season. I'm genuinely surprised at how far Southampton have come as a club in this save. And I'm glad that I did it, basically. It wasn't kind of like I went on holiday. No, I played these games and I won the UEFA Champions League. Vincenzo Montella then obviously takes over, wins the Premier League the season after I left. Most of the players that I bought are still with the club, which shows that the club now, in the game at the very least, is a club that people want to stay at. Thank you very much for watching this episode and this season of Football Manager 2017. Stick around for Football Manager 2018. First episode will be out tomorrow, Friday, 27th of October. The Napoli save, probably 2 seasons worth. Maybe. Don't hold me to that. I might get sacked or I might do really well. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button and I will see you in Italy.